May is ALS Awareness Month, and a Lexington man is traveling the country raising awareness about the disease that still has no cure.
Yeah, that man is Jeramey Etherton, and this week that journey took him over to the nation's capital for a protest. We've actually got Jeramey joining us by phone this morning. Thanks for talking to us.
Hello, my friends. I'm glad to be talking to you.
We are so glad you could join us. Now, you have ALS. You've been very outspoken about this. But for folks who maybe don't know what all that entails, tell us more about the disease and just how it affects you every day.
Well, ALS, it's a neuromuscular disease. So basically, my brain is trying to send signals to my voluntary muscles, but as that signal is being sent, in a nutshell, the signal gets lost, and which ends up resulting in atrophy of all your voluntary muscles, such as, your arms, hands, legs, things you control, swallowing, and then eventually, the majority of us end up not having the ability to speak or breathe independently. So it's kind of a bad way to go. Your brain stays intact the whole entire time. I mean, your cognitive level is still there. So basically, you're trapped within the shell of your body.
Wow.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, Jeramey, you went to Washington, D.C. this week for what was being called a body bag rally. Tell us what the goal of this was.
Well, we wanted to, present, to the government that we need an executive order releasing, viable treatments for us. There are actually drugs out there that the FDA is still, after years and years, we're still having to go through all these clinical trials, and nothing's happening. One thing with the COVID-19, people, it proved to us that the government can fast-track things through the FDA. ALS has been around for 150 years. We have no cure, no treatment, nothing to help us. So basically, when we're diagnosed with ALS, we pass away from it. And the representation of the body bags is that once you're diagnosed with ALS, it's a death sentence. And we want the government to treat our disease that's been around for 150 years, and there's 30,000 of us in America with it, to have the FDA release something, to where we can actually have a treatment, a chance, to prolong our life, to see our kids graduate from college, to see our grandkids grow up. We don't have that. Our typical life expectancy is 2 to 5 years from diagnosis.
We're looking at some video now from the protest that you sent back. I mean, how do you think that rally went? Did you guys accomplish what you set out to? And also, do you think your message was received?
Well, we had about 65 people show up, and the passerbys and people stopping on their bicycles and asking us, what we're doing, the Secret Service, and then, the police officers, everybody that was around us. If nothing else, if the government didn't hear us, if the Congress and the Senate didn't hear us, we still spread our message. And I think we actually accomplished more than what we thought we would, given, everybody's in a pandemic state, and there weren't very many people there. But I think we did actually accomplish what we wanted to do. Hopefully the government heard us, and hopefully President Trump will sign an executive order. And that was our goal and our hope. Have President Trump sign an executive order saying, okay, let these people try. Let these people have a chance to live.
Absolutely. We know you started Jerameys Journey to help raise awareness about all of this. We're going to post your link to your page on our Facebook page, Good Day Kentucky, just because we want everyone to kind of be aware of all of this that you're doing. I mean, you're traveling the country essentially, hoping to raise awareness. So, Jeramey, thank you so much for talking to us today and walking us through what really happened at that rally.
Thank you guys a lot. I appreciate everything you're doing for the ALS community.